3, 2, 1. Yo! Yes, sir. Hey, man. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with the Trillers podcast on YouTube. We have the Talk of Tokyo episode 8.
Yeah, hey man, we say it all the time. What a time to be an anime fan, but in this case, what a time to be a subscriber of this channel. The Trillers podcast on Earth is back with another episode. But hey man, I'm not gonna lie, anime has been heating up, especially the anime community. We be scrolling all through the socials. Follow us if you already haven't. Sons of Tokyo on everything, especially Threads. But I was on Threads and I seen a goofy ass post. Like, a nigga said the big three would not survive in today's environment of seasonal animes. Fuck no. In fact, not only is that false, but One Piece in fact, before we even go to One Piece, because that's what the topic's about, Bleach literally is dominating in the seasonal atmosphere of dropping seasonals. The 1,000-Year Blood War has been seasonal, and it has been doing great. But switching back over to One Piece has been dominating. In fact, it has adapted perfectly to the new way anime drops, and it is still dominating. It is the greatest anime of all time, the greatest anime of the past and the current, and going forward to the future. But it's not just the fans that think it's great. It's so much things about it that make it great. The characters, the story, everything. But let's hone in on those two. Those two things are two of the most important things about anime. It's two of the 5 fingers of death, characters and story writing, and One Piece dominates both atmospheres of it. The story for One Piece is arguably the greatest story ever told, outside of Jesus, but it's arguably the greatest story ever told. That shit is just remarkable. It's better than AOT, but a large reason why the story is so good is because the characters in the story pulls the story so amazingly, starting with the main character Luffy, but he's not alone. You got all the Straw Hats and all the other characters. So just keeping everything in mind between the One Piece story and the One Piece characters, which is the tractor and which is the trailer?
I think the story gotta be the tractor. The story gotta be the tractor. Just because, like, that's part of why so many One Piece characters are so amazing, is because they tie into this story in such a way that's so special. Like, let alone their character stories tie into the main story. So it's like, I think the story writing and the way everything weaves together like that, where you have characters from 500 episodes ago that weave back into the story, they loop back around and they're back in the story. I think the story just moving like the train that it is, or the tractor that it is, pulls a lot of these characters along. Now, obviously, there's some characters in One Piece like Luffy, Zoro, where they just stand alone. Like, and of course, but if we're talking about the entirety of just the cast versus the story of One Piece, I think the story is the tractor and the characters is the trailer.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm there with you. I'm kind of on the fence, truth be told. Like, the story carries the anime to an extent. Like, the story drives it. The characters sail with the story, but at the same time, the story sometimes feels like it's being pulled by the characters just existing and interacting. Like, the Straw Hats mostly, I almost feel like the story follows them more than the story. It almost feels like it's a story about the Straw Hats rather than just about One Piece with the Straw Hats. Like, I feel like the story sometimes is just in the background to the characters going crazy and interacting. But that's only a minor thing. Then you want to talk about from when the story began to where the story's at now. That's why I'd say I'm kind of there with you. I feel like One Piece wouldn't be One Piece if it wasn't for the story connecting from all the way it did.
Like, especially when you want to look at now, like, I feel like, because you're right, like, there are moments where, especially in specific arcs, where it feels like the story is kind of secondary. But I feel like the way that these characters are so amazing, the story is what brings these amazing characters together. Like, from you got this amazing group of characters, the Straw Hats. Then you got these characters from other islands and everything. The story brings them into this melting pot, and just that's how we get these crazy arcs that are better than your niggas' favorite animes. That's how we get it. Because the story drags everything and just combines it. All this amazing shit, all these amazing characters, it combines them all. And then we get arcs like Wano, we're with hundreds of niggas. We get Marinefords, we get Eggheads, we get Elbafs. So I'm gonna say, and it's tough because the characters are that good, but I'm gonna say the story.
I think I'm right there with you. I'm gonna say the story. It's tough because a nigga like Luffy exists, and he's not the only nigga. But the characters in One Piece really stand out because One Piece has the greatest cast of all time, but it also has the greatest story, and that story dominates. So I'm kind of right there with you. I mean, look at the arcs we have. Back to back to back to back to back. It's just a stretch of amazingness. So I'm right there with you. I think the story is the tractor pulling One Piece along, with the trailer being all the characters just in the trailer partying. Like, I'm kind of right there with you.
Hell yeah.
But hey man, let us know in the comments. That's a very interesting one. Between the One Piece story and the One Piece characters, which is the tractor and which is the trailer?
Hell yeah, definitely let us know. That's interesting. I ain't gonna lie. I'm curious what y'all got to say about that. But just to segue into my first topic, anime characters and their introduction into the story is very important, especially when you want to talk about villains. That first impression means a lot, really, for any character, but especially a villain, because you can tell if a villain's going to be insane or prevalent in the story from the way they're introduced into it. And these two villains had some real jaw-dropping intros. Starting with this first character, we got Zeke, the Beast Titan. Now, in AOT, that first season, the first two seasons, really, you see what regular Titans can do. Then you see the abnormal Titans like Annie running amok. Niggas dying left and right. We already had this crazy situation upholding. And then you have this fuzzy nigga standing there menacingly with a grin on his face. It was the creepiest shit I've ever seen after what we had already seen. But then this nigga started talking? What?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, my jaw hit the floor. Like, Zeke's introduction, like, it was damn near chilling, because it's like, how are we supposed to deal with this shit? Like, we knew Annie was the intelligence from the Titans' perspective, but now we got this. They're talking in Titan form and shit. It's crazy. But Zeke isn't the only villain intro that was jaw-dropping, because this one, and when you look at the character itself, the nigga's insane. But his intro was also insane. You got Aizen. Now, Aizen wasn't a villain at first. He was a regular Bleach captain. And we thought he died. The nigga was murdered. They were trying to figure out who killed him. Turns out, he faked it. It was all part of his master plan. And when Ichigo came and saved Rukia, Aizen popped out the woodwork from the grave, we thought. Stopped Ichigo's theme song. We were like, what? He was one of us. We were, niggas were mourning for this man. Turns out he faked it the whole time. Became one of the greatest villains of all time. But both of these characters had jaw-dropping intros. But just keeping that in mind, between Zeke and Aizen, whose intro was more jaw-dropping?
I'm gonna say Zeke, and there's multiple reasons why, but I'm gonna start with Aizen. Aizen's intro was lit, but what about the intro was lit? It was more of the character that was lit, because we had already been introduced to him as a captain before we were introduced to him as a villain. Then when we got introduced to him as a villain, he didn't just bang on screen. It was kind of like an avalanche building up to where he pulled up on Urahara and Shoddy and dismantled them. Then he pulled up on all the other captains, and the Urahara made the announcement. It was almost like the more and more he did that arc during Soul Society, the more the snowball just kept increasing of his introduction.
And then we realized, holy shit, this nigga's a villain. Yeah.
Exactly. Whereas Zeke's introduction was kind of different because Zeke's introduction came a little bit later in the series where we were already desensitized to Titans. So when we saw him, we were like, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
Before he even did anything, we were already locked in. Like, we were already like, yo, eyes open, peeled, like, dog, he can't do no wrong. We were already like, what's his next move? From climbing the wall, throwing horses, to even pulling up on the soldiers and saying, what's this ODM gear? Zeke wasn't on no menacing timing until like later on in the series. But his introduction, he didn't need to be on menacing timing because what he was the menacing timing itself. Like, Zeke's introduction was more menacing than Aizen's. Aizen's character is better than Zeke's by a long shot. I won't say by a long shot, but it's better than Zeke's. It's better. And his arc was better too.
Yeah.
The Soul Society arc and his performance was better than Zeke's performance early on. But if we're talking straight introductions, Aizen's introduction was a baby snowball until it got bigger, whereas Zeke's was already a big ass snowball. So I'm gonna go with Zeke.
I ain't gonna lie, you need a bucket or some shit because you spitting. Holy fuck! You literally said everything I was gonna say. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Aizen, and when you want to talk about that Aizen snowball, the shit was crazy. Like, but the difference to me is, with Zeke, my jaw dropped instantly the moment I seen the nigga. Whereas with Aizen, it got lower and lower and lower until we're like, yo, like, he's a problem.
Yeah.
But with Zeke, it's like, with everything that we saw prior to his introduction, now we're used to seeing these butt-booty naked giants running around eating niggas. Then we see the Annies running around with intelligence and actually knowing how to fight. And we're like, yo, okay, if we jump the shit out of them, maybe we have a chance. Maybe we can do something. Then we see this nigga. And he, like you said, he didn't do anything yet. Just him appearing, just him existing was scary as shit.
Yeah.
Like, and then he spoke. Like, bruh, nah, Zeke got it. Zeke got it for this one. Like, if we're talking about as a character by default, it's not even, we're not going there. But that's not the question. The question is, whose intro was more jaw-dropping? The answer is Zeke for this one.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, man, y'all let us know in the comments, between Zeke and Aizen, whose introduction was more jaw-dropping?
Oh yeah, let us know in the comments because both of their intros were jaw-dropping, and both of those shows are also jaw-dropping.
Yeah,
truth be told. But just to segue into my next topic, you know, anime has come so far. I don't know when that bitch began. I really don't. But I'm 27 now and I love it. Like, it is everywhere. Everywhere I look outside, I see anime now. I see it on cars. I see it on people's clothes. You see it on our clothes. You see it in people's houses. You see it everywhere. It's all over TVs. It's in movies. It's in movies in America. Never thought I'd see the day. Anime has taken over the urban streets. And it's only going to keep taking over, especially with all these animes going crazy. And truth be told, it's not a new phenomenon. This thing has been going on since back then, since The Godfather, Dragonball itself aired way back when. Then you want to talk about all the golden era that we had with One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, all these other animes, Attack on Titan, to the new gen, to now. Anime in general just has been increasing and increasing and increasing and growing. But what we're here to talk about today is streets of anime, the community. The community has truly evolved. and it has grown so far. But just keeping everything in mind, between Dragon Ball and Naruto, which anime has done more for the anime streets?
See, this is tough. I was around to witness exactly what Naruto did for the streets. I didn't necessarily see what Dragon Ball did, but it's what it did is undeniable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm leaning Naruto just because as a gateway, like regardless of the length of it, I feel like Naruto is an insane gateway anime for a lot of people. Like I feel like more people start with Naruto than Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I feel like that is huge. Then you want to talk about like the rest of the cultural influence, the Naruto run, like I feel like just off of that, I would probably give the slight edge to Naruto, but I don't know, man. I'm leaning Naruto right now.
This is tough. If it was One Piece, it wouldn't be. But this is tough. We're talking Dragon Ball and Naruto, the Godfather and the Prince. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Dragon Ball is literally named the Godfather because of what he did for the streets.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's named the Godfather for other reasons. It's not. It's named it because of what it did for the anime streets. When you want to talk about the influence, it was insane. The streets came out. Niggas were like, what the fuck is anime? Oh, this shit is hot. Niggas thought animes were for goofball and bitches. Nah. Dragon Ball changed that. Dragon Ball changed that. Dragon Ball had niggas outside yelling to the top of their lungs. Yep. But at the same time, it's different. When you want to talk about what Naruto did for the streets, it not only fed the streets, it gave the streets clothes. Dragon Ball didn't do that. Like, and I don't mean just like literal clothes, but still, like, Naruto, you have niggas Naruto running in hallways. Fuck the Kamehameha.
Like that became what niggas looked at as a weird anime nigga, was Naruto running. That's what it was.
There was a time before anime got as big as it was. There was a time where people would say, "Oh, you're watching that Naruto thing." You could be watching fucking JJK. You're like, "Oh, you're watching Naruto." No, I'm watching anime. But people used to know Naruto as anime itself. Like, Naruto is the second Godfather, truth be told, which is why this topic was born. It's the 21st century Godfather. And when you want to talk about what has done more in anime, the streets have only gone more increased. If Dragon Ball came out when Naruto came out, this would probably be a whole new convo.
Yeah.
But I feel like just because of when Naruto came out and all the shit is done, I'm going to give it to Naruto.
Yeah, like, I mean, like you said, I've never heard someone say, "Oh, you're watching that Dragon Ball shit," and I'm sure people probably have. But that's again going back to, I witnessed firsthand how much Naruto did. That's our era. I was there. I was there firsthand. Dragon Ball, you can only just respect the influence that it currently has. Like, and that's where it's kind of tough. But when you want to talk about, especially like the young generations moving forward, what Naruto did for this shit, like they put that bitch in video games, fucking movie characters that have nothing to do with anime are Naruto running. Like, when you see that shit, it is Naruto. Like you said, when someone sees you watching anime, it's Naruto. So it's like, it's kind of hard to deny, but at the same time, this Dragon Ball is tough. But I would go Naruto for sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna go Naruto too, but hey man, that's just us two. Let us know in the comments how you feeling. Between Dragon Ball and Naruto, which anime has done more for the streets?
Hell yeah, definitely let us know, because yikes, I'm really curious what y'all have to say about that. But just to segue into my next topic, Demon Slayer. There's 2 movies left. Now, I remember, there's 2 more. Now, I remember when the first movie got announced, how pissed we were. Just because it's like, nigga, you about to make us pay money for this shit. Like, and then on top of that, you have to condense a season's worth of shit into movie form. It's like, are you gonna be able to give niggas the time they need to be great characters? Because there's characters we haven't really seen yet. There's characters that we've barely gotten to interact with yet. So it's like, are they gonna be able to do that? Like, how much are they gonna be able to go into each one of these characters? Well, the first movie was fucking gas, and now we have a little bit of a baseline for what they can do with these movies. The shit was 2 hours or 2.5 hours or however long it was, and we got to see a lot. We got to see Akasa's whole backstory to the point where niggas are calling him one of the best characters in the show. Like, we got to see Zenitsu's mans when they got to fight. We got to see the other upper moons. Shinobu, Giyu got in the field. Like, there's still a lot more Hashiras that still need to rock, but with 2 movies left, I'm wondering if they can pull it off. But just off of that, can the last 2 movies do the remaining Hashiras justice as characters?
How many are left?
Shit. We've seen... How many are left? There's the stone nigga, the snake, the wind guy.
Shit.
I think there's 4. Because I think there's 5.
Actually, okay. I think the real question is not how many Hashiras are left, but how many upper moons are left, considering you said, can it do the Hashiras justice?
Yeah.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but upper 4 been dead, upper 3, it's just upper 1 and upper 2 now, right?
Yeah, and Muzan.
Yeah, then no. Like, here's my thing. Tanjiro's gonna eat.
Yep.
And that stone nigga better eat. But there's not enough smoke left. There's really not. Unless they jump Muzan, there's not enough smoke left. And I'm hoping they don't jump Muzan. They probably will, but I'm hoping it's not all the Hashiras versus. That should be Tanjiro's battle. But, well, nigga might be too strong. But still, I don't think there's enough smoke left to give the Hashiras. Now, they are in the demon's castle, and there's a fuck ton of demons walking around. But if they're all fodder to a Hashira, then that's not really entertaining. So, is there enough real smoke for the Hashiras left? I don't think there is.
See,
for all of them? For all of them.
Yeah, see, the ones that already fought, like, we got, Shinobu, Giyu, Zenitsu's out the way. I'm trying to think who else already got that action. Is it really just them?
Like, everyone else was just fighting normal demons.
Yeah, because then you got every other Hashira. Tanjiro's not done. Inosuke. So we're looking at all of them versus upper 1, upper 2, and Muzan. Now, originally I would have said no, there's not enough smoke left. But the fact that we had to jump Akaza and the remaining 3 niggas are stronger than Akaza, like, it gives me a little bit of hope. Now, I wish they wouldn't jump Muzan, but it'd be kind of crazy if they didn't have to jump Muzan.
Yeah.
Like, if he's supposed to be stronger than all of them, It would be kind of crazy if they didn't have to. You know what I mean?
Well, here's a quick question, just to segue a little. Do you think Muzan is just stronger than all the demons, or he's stronger than all of them combined?
I don't know about all of them combined. Well, I ain't gonna lie, he might be stronger.
That kind of changes everything if they have to jump him or not.
Yeah,
he's clearly the strongest. But if he's stronger than all of them combined, then yeah, they gotta jump that nigga. If he's just the strongest nigga, then send Tanjiro, Nezuko, and maybe one other person.
I think he might be like, I don't know about all of them combined, but I think he's probably, there's a gap between
a big gap,
like a big gap between him and the next nigga. Like between him and Upper One, I think there's a big gap.
Do you think he could take all three of Upper 1, 2, and 3?
Probably. Because remember back to like when they had that meeting. Remember they had that meeting and they were like, "Yo, like, I don't even want to like look at this nigga in the eyes," type shit. Like,
yeah, like Muzan commanded the same type of respect that the niggas in Bleach were commanding, right? Like Aizen and your watch.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, is it the same type of gap as that? Because if it is, that kind of changes a lot.
I think it might be. Like, I think there's just that type of gap between one. But I don't know about just whooping. He can whoop the top three. I don't know if he will just whoop every demon in the motherfucker. But, like, I would say there's probably a gap there. Like, I don't see them just, like, narratively speaking, I don't see them not having to jump that nigga.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it took Tanjiro and Gyu to get Akaza, and he's number 3.
Yeah, and you don't see niggas just getting that much stronger.
Yeah, and Tanjiro's already confirmed Hashira level.
Yeah,
and they still had to jump Akaza. So I think it is possible. I wonder, like, now I don't know how much each of these Hashiras are going to get involved, but they better be a lot. Because upper one, from what we're just guessing, from what the nigga looks like, let alone the title he holds, there's probably a gap between him and Akaza like shit.
I feel like the only way that a lot of the Hashiras get their justice is if the other ones start losing. Like maybe one loses and another one picks up the fight.
Yeah, like Shinobu.
Like, we gotta see them go all out. Shinobu lost, but is that enough?
Well, that's, I mean, what you're saying could happen because it happened. Like, Shinobu was fighting Upper 2. She lost. Her student jumped in there. Like, it could happen like that. I think there is possibly enough on the table for all of them. Possibly. It depends on how they execute it. But I think there's enough left for them to possibly do it and give everyone their due diligence. Should they still drop the shit as seasons? Fuck yes. But I think there's enough left.
I trust Demon Slayer after the first movie to the point where I can say there's probably enough. But no, I don't think there's enough. I just trust Demon Slayer to deliver.
Yeah, type shit. Like they just delivered so well with the first movie. It's like I don't doubt them. But it's like, looking at what's left from the outside looking in, yikes.
Yeah.
But hey man, y'all let us know in the comments. Does the last 2 Demon Slayer movies or can the last 2 movies do the remaining Hashira enough justice as characters?
Yeah, let us know in the comments because that's a very, very interesting one. But just to segue into my last topic, you know, anime is amazing. I'm going to say this probably at the beginning of every topic because it's amazing. And it has done so much for us. But when you want to talk about the animes itself, 2 animes that I'm about to talk about itself is Dragon Ball and Naruto. Dragon Ball has so many different arcs with so many different villains coming that are just insanely strong. But every single time, arc after arc, the MVP is Goku. He's puts on so many master classes, but his majorest master class was the Tournament of Power. The Tournament of Power was wicked. It was all 7 different universes, maybe 9, all competing to see who would win, last man standing. If you lose, you're erased. Goku put on a master class, just booming niggas, but he's not the only nigga who put on a master class. Like I said, the other show we're going to be talking about is Naruto. Naruto had many opportunities to be the MVP. One of his biggest master classes was the Pain Arc, but we're not going to talk about the Pain Arc. We're going to talk about the 4th Great Shinobi War. Naruto was everywhere. Naruto was literally on every different war page. Like he was in every battle, literally, with a clone, and he saved the day. He was rocking out, and when it came down to the final 2 niggas left, he was the last man standing, just like Goku. So just keeping both Goku and Naruto's MVP performance in mind. Between Goku's performance in the Tournament of Power and Naruto's performance in the 4th Great Shinobi War, who put on the better masterclass?
I'm gonna say Naruto. And the reason why is because that nigga, like, what you said it right. The nigga was literally everywhere. Like, it's not just, you know how when we're talking about, like, in sports where a nigga put on the MVP performance, we're like, it felt like they were everywhere on the court. Nah, the nigga dead ass was everywhere, saving everybody. Like, when Madara was going crazy in the field on them niggas, Naruto was there. When the Ten Tails was going crazy, Naruto pulled up, gave niggas chakra cloaks. When Madara himself was boxing, when Obito was boxing, every incident, every major incident, Naruto was there, and he was present, and he was a main, like, factor in deciding how that fight went. Like, when it comes to the Tournament of Power, Goku took the top op, and he did take some other niggas too. Like, and it is kind of tough because the Tournament of Power is a battle royale. It's a little different than just 2 sides. Like, a battle royale, you got 8 other universes trying to slime you out. That's a little bit different, I'm not gonna lie. And Goku did rock out. He beat the wolf niggas. He beat Kefla. Like, he put up points for sure. But you want to talk about MVPing, like, Naruto pretty much carried the Shinobi Alliance. So I'm gonna go Naruto.
Okay, I'm right there with you. Like, Dragon Ball, or not Dragon Ball, Goku put up an amazing performance in the Tournament of Power. He knocked out the main op. If he didn't do that, they lost. Nobody was beating Jiren. Yeah. But it's not just Jiren. Goku went on a tangent, just beating niggas. But it's not the same with Naruto. Maybe it's because, like you said, a battle royale and war are completely different. But Naruto was truly actually saving lives while actually being everywhere. He didn't just take down the top op, because he did the same thing Goku did, taking down the top op, but he didn't just take down the top op. He also saved lives, and he was everywhere at the same time. Like, I would have to give it to you. I would have to agree with you. Naruto put on the better masterclass.
Hell yeah. Bro, Raikage even try to stop that nigga and all that shit. Like, bro, like, the nigga was literally in every major situation you can conjure up from the Shinobi War. Naruto was there every single time. Like, that's tough, bro. Goku took down Kefla too. Like, there were some names in there that Goku took down in the tournament. But at the end of the day, like, now, if this was about the stakes and who was more, and then we're talking something different. But just, if we're talking about just the performance, gotta be Naruto here. Gotta be.
Oh yeah, but let us know in the comments between Goku and Naruto who put on the better masterclass.
Hell yeah, definitely let us know, because that's an interesting question. I ain't gonna lie. But just to segue into my last question. Oh man, sports anime, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And Ace of Diamond finally came back after 6 years being gone. I could have cried when I seen that news. And they dropped, what, 4 or 5 episodes so far this season, and they've all been fucking gas. It's picking up right where it left off with the heat. And Ace of Diamond is one of the, if not the best sports anime out there. Like, the way that they go into practice, games, media, like school life, all of it. They show the other teams and how they prepare to play us. Like, the way that Ace is executed is literally a masterpiece. It's flawless. But Ace of Diamond doesn't have the same type of clout that some of these other sports animes have. Look at Haiku. Haiku's looked at as the face of sports anime right now because of the clout. Like,
Yeah.
Slam Dunk has insane clout. We've seen it firsthand.
No, Slam Dunk is cloudy. Like, I didn't know it was that cloudy.
Like, holy shit, the clout is crazy. Ace of Diamond is just right up there with them when it comes to quality, but it doesn't have the same type of clout. So, just keeping that in mind. Would an Ace of Diamond movie be beneficial?
Yes, actually. I'm gonna say yeah. Like, I don't like when shows drop movies over shows or over seasons because it cuts out how much you could watch.
Yeah.
Like, but sports animes are kind of different. I can see a game being a movie. Like, I could see, like, let's say, for example, Ace of the Diamond, they're about to play Ichidan. Let's say when they play Inuyashiro, I could see that being a movie. I would go pay, I wouldn't pay for Ichidan. I would pay to go see Inuyashiro in theaters. Like, nigga, what? 2 teams built up, all of them hyped up. Like, it would do justice for the Ace fans. Like, nigga, we would love to see that. But even for the non-Ace fans, anime, whenever an anime gets a movie, it kind of raises the noise around it.
Yeah.
So I can see where the question is born there. Like, it would be beneficial to the anime. It would get more noise and it would draw a bigger crowd. So I think it would do both. It would do wonders for the crowd and it would also do good for the anime. Like, if it's a big ass game on the line, I can see that being turned into a movie. The same way how Nekomo versus Karasuno was a movie. If it's a long awaited match, flip that into a movie.
Mm-hmm. And look at the first Slam Dunk. We're about to watch that shit in a second. I ain't gonna lie. But look at the first Slam Dunk. Shohoku versus Sano, defending champs. That bitch is a 2-hour movie game.
Yeah.
Look at, like you said, Karasuno versus Nekoma. These are highly anticipated games turned into movies. Like, to the point where non-fans of these shows watch these movies. But not just that. Like you said, when an anime gets a movie, especially it's just an anime and it's a movie. Just that combined draws attention. People are going to watch the trailer. People are going to look at, oh, what is this? Oh, this is getting a movie. It must be pretty good. If they had enough budget to get a movie, maybe it's pretty good. Maybe I should check it out. Like, a game like Inashiro, especially, turning that into a movie, not only would that not hurt as bad as, like we just talked about Demon Slayer turning it into movies. Not only does sports anime not hurt nearly as much because you can do one game as a movie, but it would do wonders for not only clout, but it's also a treat for Ace fans who have been waiting for 6 goddamn years for this shit to come back. Like,
and even if it wasn't 6 years, it's a treat regardless because when you make the big game into a movie, you only hype up the game a lot much more. Like, look at all the games in Haiku. Nekoma is not their best game, but at the same time, Nekoma's was the only movie because it's the most hyped up match. Mm-hmm. Like, That match is way more hyped than Adolph Johnson, way more hyped than Shirazawa, way more hyped than other schools they play in nationals. Look at Slam Dunk. Now, Slam Dunk dropped movies for damn near all the games, but that's because all the games were gas.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna have a match that's that anticipated, if you turn it into a movie, it's almost like, ooh, goosebumps. Like,
Yeah.
I was hyped to watch Nakoma's game because it was a movie. If it wasn't just a regular season, I would still be hyped. Like, trust me, I would still be hyped. But it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if it was just in season, I would be watching just like these. I'd be hyped, but I'd be watching just like these.
When it's in the movie theaters, it feels like you're going to the game in person.
Yeah, dead ass. I mean, this theater itself is literally set up like stands. Like, you're literally in the stands watching this shit. Like, then you want to talk about the animation gets ramped up another notch. Things are faster, more fast paced. Like, I think a movie would do a lot of, like, now that I really think about it, it would do a lot of justice for Ace of Diamond.
Yeah.
But, hey man, y'all let us know in the comments. Would an Ace of Diamond movie be beneficial? Vice versa, let us know what you think about everything else we talked about in this Talk of Tokyo. As always, it has been a pleasure. It has been a movie. But if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit that like button, hit the big red subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss the next episode of the Talk of Tokyo or any of our other special videos. We drop straight bangers on this channel, so make sure you guys tap in with us. With that being said, make sure you guys click our description. There'll be 3 links waiting for you. First one will take you to all of our socials, Sons of Tokyo on every platform. The second one will take you to our Discord. You feel me? Come on in. You know what I'm saying? Join that Discord. Come vibe out with us. Talk about anything, anime, non-anime, sports, movies. It don't matter. And last but certainly not least, the link to our Patreon will be in the description. Make sure you guys join that. You can become a member for free and watch all of our full-length reactions to all anime episodes. It is all over on Patreon, so make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, man, with that being said, SOT out.